And this is it. You hear the cars rolling, and now you see them go. This is the final round of the championship. Welcome to qualifying as all the drivers start to scurry out the pit lane to begin this one. Who is going to be taking the final pole position of the year? Okayama is the place to be for this final round of the championship. It's always been the final stop of the first championship of the year. Debuted as the DTM championship back in 2022. The unforgettable fight between Sander van Leeuwen and Justin Nasir. After that, we had the dominance of Martin Toth in the foggy Okayama race in 2023. 2024 saw GT3 racing open up the year, so that meant Okayama was heading to a GT3 calendar. It ended off 1 point the difference where Luca Andretta took his championship win in GT3 racing, and now the championship has already been settled before we can get this one here at Okayama underway, but P2 in the championship is still yet to be figured out, but it will be right now. As Peter Sabot passes our screens here, we can start off this qualifying watching Peter Sabot set the first lap time on the board. Heading into turn one. Hard on the brakes, getting it turned in. Early apex, accelerating out early on. Sweeping left-hander down into third gear and accelerating out using a bit of the exit curve, then through moss left and right, completely flat out. As soon as you want to finish the kink, brake at the 100-meter marker, down the gears, and then accelerating as you go up the hill and making the car as wide as possible. And now as we see him just over the crest of the hill, completely flat out on the back straight. These cars do up to 280 kilometers on the back straight, but heading into the hairpin section, the tightest corner of the track, get it slowed down completely, hug the inside line, and then snake through Piper's corner here on this short layout of the track. This is where it cuts through and accelerate out for the small short straight here. Hard on the brakes once again now as we start to go up the hill slowly. These double hairpin sections get a little bit wide and get it completely turned in here now as we start to accelerate with 2 more corners left to go. The double right-handers and 1 more corner to seal the deal off here. A little tighter than the first right-hander, use all the exit curve, and then race to the front straight and the line. The drivers are going to be chasing a 1 minute 28.172. Drivers are still exiting out of the pit lane, but as we watch drivers come across the line, Enzo puts a time P3. Evan Steinberg goes P3 instead. 129.782. More drivers come across. Santos comes across 129.5. A couple more drivers here to come across the line. Casper now across the line as well, goes P6 131.4. Marlon Young to come across the line here. And no time is set, as well as his teammates. So invalid lap times there. More drivers to come up now. Here comes Ruben Ryan, Danny Nasir, Oliver Bloch. Danny goes P6, Oliver P7. So first bouts of laps are completed as we go back up to the leader of this pack, and he's purple in the first sector. Oh, and that's trouble there. That was one of the BMWs that just hit the wall there a bit violently. And we have a lineup of 21 cars in the server, so absolutely fantastic. So you're going to have a great fight around here. As we watch now, Peter Sabot, 2 corners left to go for him in the Audi. Took pole position in the last round at Indy. Can he go 2 for 2 for this final round? He comes onto the front straight once again and tries to look to take down his 128. 172. He comes across the line now, and he does so by a 10th quicker. It's a 128.063. So good lap time from him. Sven now is next to come across the line. Can he take down that lap time in the Lamborghini? He cannot. As we look now to the P3 man. Oh, he's about 3/10 down and runs off the track. So not only is that going to ruin his last lap, but it might ruin this next lap here. Gets it all wrong. Stephen Bola behind him goes to P8. And just 5 minutes left to go in the session. Peter Sabot, we're learning that he is quicker on this lap, as well as Sven. But Peter's a 10th quicker in that first sector. He's got to cross the second sector now, just after this corner. 58.3 to beat in the middle sector, and he just about is on the marker. Lost a little bit of time in the Audi, the Hungarian driver, Peter Sabot. Not only took pole position, but took a race win back at Indy last week. And now Peter really finding his footing out here. One corner to go for him. Around the final corner, beautiful exit, using minimal exit curb. Doesn't want to unstable the car. Peter across the line, quicker this lap, goes to the 27s. It's a 1:27.981. Here comes Sven this time now. In the Lamborghini, comes across the line, 28.320. Behind him, it's Evan, his teammate, goes to third. So, it's an Escape Racing P2, P3. Daniel Santos, can he spoil the party? Because Mercedes has already done so before him. Dominic Masuzzo, as he drifts his Mercedes around T1, goes up to third position. Incredible in his second race out. So Dominic with a 1:29.090. So good qualifying time so far, and they're still heating up because Peter Sabot is going quicker this lap. Once again, quicker in the first sector, as well as Sven. So the laps are constantly improving as more rubber gets laid down on the track, but he's a 10th up, almost a 10th up, once again. Ian just ahead in the BMW, gets it all wrong in the final corner, takes it straight to the pits, watches Peter Sabot behind him, knows that he needs to get out the way if he's on an invalid lap. Peter Sabot on the front straight, once again, can he put down his lap time? No, he doesn't, and I think that may have had to do with that BMW. Ian is not finding his footing around here in this final round. Very unlikely of him, of Peter. As meanwhile, Sven goes up to P2, finally getting that Lamborghini up there. Second place now. 2 minutes left to go, and track is still looking very busy. Dominic's been put down, another Lamborghini's gone up. Daniel Santos goes to third. 2 minutes left to go. And looks like P1 and P2 firmly sitting in pits, feeling like there's nothing left to improve from. And they might be staying in there for the rest of this qualifying session. We watch Santos. Daniel had an amazing Indy debut last week out, going 3 wide. That was the big talking point. He was not afraid to throw his Lamborghini into the pit of fire as he battled with the aliens of CMRSC. We asked in the beginning of the year who was going to be the next alien now that Luca's on a part-time schedule. Who was going to be the next man, the next face to beat in CMRSC, and Mike Van Dorn has swiftly taken that title back up. As you see Enzo just running off the track there as he was chasing down Dominic in that Mercedes. Just on your screen there. But here we see Steinberg's car now as on our screens, the Ford, this beautiful blue and white Mustang, as he's currently sitting P5. Can he improve that lap time? No, he can't. Dominic goes into the pits, but we also look at Santos now. Can he improve his lap time? No, P3 for him. 35 seconds left to go. The top 4 in the pits. What does that say? Is that qualifying done for them? Can anybody take down their lap times? Well, let's see it though. 12 viewers, 12 concurrent viewers. Thank you so much for tuning into Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. You are watching the best league take on these amazing GT3 cars in Assetto Corsa for this final round of this championship. In 2 weeks' time, it's Formula 1. You do not want to miss F1 in Assetto Corsa in CMRSC. Checkered flag is out. Lap times to complete. A BMW is off the track. I believe that was Tuzwanto. And yes, it was. And Adam making his return out here. He's currently sitting P17 as he comes across the line there. Baiano next to come across the line. Behind him, it's Joshua Steinberg. We're going to watch both of them and see what they both do across the line here. This time by P12 for the Brazilian. Joshua does not improve his time. He's P15. P5 next to come across his brother now. Oh, and off the track! Go Steinberg. He may have just lost his lap there. Comes across nonetheless. Is it improvement? It's almost 2 seconds off. That is very unfortunate. He was very quick in the first sector as well. We watch Enzo now come across the line in the Ferrari. The special livery. P16 is only what he can do. Taziaki now and Webster next to come across the line. P10 for Taziaki. But unfortunately, Webster cannot do anything about it. P9 of Krogsgaard cannot do anything either. P11 now, Oliver Bluch coming around the final corner here. On board with him. Can he get into the top 10 now? Looks pretty good in his first 2 sectors. And he goes to 9th. That's a great lap from him. However, it's Peter Sabot who takes pole position in the final qualifying of the GT3 GT World Challenge powered by the Racing Rats. Sven takes P2. Daniel Santos takes 3rd position. What a final qualifying session that was for this championship.